Manoel de Almeida e Silva, a true carioca, as Rio citizens call themselves, worked for the United Nations for almost 3 decades, mostly abroad. Back home, he was invited to write a book about the city he loves to explore and became a storyteller, bringing light to places unknown by many.
It was great to work on this book. It was really fun and pleasure to do it. And an honor. It's a wonderful thing when you can write about things that you like and love. You will not find in the book things like the Sugarloaf, the Copacabana beach, the Ipanema beach, but you will find things that either they are there and you go by every day and you didn't have a chance to, oh my God, there's this angle of this thing here. Or things that you never knew they existed because they are far away. Well, I myself live half a block away from here, and many people here just go by on this sidewalk, and we fail to see this marvelous example of Art Deco architecture. Like this, there are a number of other buildings, Art Deco style, in this part of Copacabana. So all of them together with other Art Deco buildings in the city help make Rio the capital city, Art Deco capital city of Latin America. The Moorish castle, if you come to Rio from the international airport, as you drive from the airport into town, you drive through this main highway, lots of traffic, and on the top of a small hill, you will see this, my God, this Arabic construction, this Moorish castle, which is beautiful, beautiful, fabulous. But more important, it is a magnificent science research center for Brazil. That's part of the book. And a curiosity, for example, the oldest elevator functioning in Rio is in that Moorish castle. But small detail. There are more important things than that, but that's a curiosity that people like to know also.
Not all of the 200 or so entries in Secret Rio describe beautiful places.
We have a very sad part in our history. You know, Brazil was a country that had for a very long period slavery. Brazil was the last country in the Americas to abolish slavery. It was only in 1888 that it was abolished. And recently, maybe at the end of the 20th century, beginning of the 21st century, in a regular house, a woman, the house owner, had some repairs done in the house, and the workers came and they were digging something on the grounds of the house. And the man comes to her and says, my God, the previous owner buried a number of dogs here. There are all kinds of bones here. So, and then she went to see and she realized those were not dogs' bones, they were human bones. And then she called the authorities, and it was discovered that it was a cemetery of slaves. The house of the woman became a small museum, and it's called Cemitério dos Pretos Novos, Cemetery of the New Blacks, new meaning the new ones, the new arrivals.
Merced Guimarães is a director of the Museum of the New Blacks.
Eu vejo pessoas que aqui ficaram jogadas e que não tiveram, reclamaram pelo seu corpo. Famílias que não sabem. É como uma grande guerra.
But the book also includes another kind of museum, a mini replica of a favela located inside of one of Rio's actual favelas. It is called the Morrinho Project, or Little Hill Project.
This apparently began with a young guy, I think he was 15 years old, that began a very artistic-oriented person, and just with the elements available in the favela, both basically bricks, land, soil, sand, and some paint, he began to build a replica of what some of the key elements of a favela, the different style of housing, the little shops, the little tracks that people walk. But what happens is that this project, this little thing, which is beautiful, for someone who does not know a favela, it's a great on-the-spot school, how people live, and most are very proud of their favela roots in those environments.
Sirlan Oliveira is the creator of the Morrinho project.
Esse morrinho ser citado no Rio Secreto, ele rompe essa barreira de que asfalto e favela não podem andarem juntas. Entendeu? Acho que a comunicação é essa, tipo, você não pode julgar o que você não conhece, não adianta ler o livro pela capa.
Heading downtown, Manoel shows other attractions that few locals know.
We're standing here at the terrace of the Ministry of Finance, which opened in 1943, when Rio was the capital city of Brazil. At this very place, there used to be a hill which was completely removed by the early 1920s. And in 1922, in this area that opened up, the Universal Expo commemorating the centennial of the Brazilian independence took place. It happened right here and in the surrounding areas, and it was the first expo happening after the end of World War I. One of the gems of this magnificent building is this fabulous stairway in spiral shape that connects all 14 floors of the building. Yet another secret of Rio is this rock wall. It is in one of the underground parking lots in the center of the city, and it was built many years back in order to protect the city from the seas, and it goes from here a few kilometers south. The rest of it is still uncovered.
Felipe França, a public worker, for example, has been parking here for years and never noticed the wall.
É interessante, eu nunca imaginava que isso aqui era uma barreira contra o mar, ou que isso já estava aqui há muito tempo. Eu simplesmente não podia imaginar.
And for those curious travelers that arrive or leave from Rio's domestic airport, a surprise.
It's the domestic airport, right downtown. It's called Santos Dumont Airport. And the runway ends at the sea because this is right by the bay. But it turns out that at one of the ends of the runway, you need to have access to the naval school. So there's a road to go to the naval school. And from there, you have the planes coming almost at you as they land or as they take off.
Secret Rio was written for those who thought they knew Rio well. For Manoel de Almeida Silva, an experience he would like to repeat and expand.
I think that the motivation was to share knowledge, to share information and give pleasure to others gave us so much pleasure that I do hope we have a second edition to have more pleasure.